What is going on, boys? I just dropped a video of all my trades from last week. The week was absolutely insane. You guys can see right here. These are all the trades I took. Some I missed due to like school and stuff like that. But most of these trades I did end up taking. An NQ and ES actually played out so beautifully. You can see right here, like some of the risk rewards on these trades was amazing. 3.5s, 5 risk reward trades, just absolutely beautiful trades. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and actually test NASDAQ to see if maybe it was just a fluke, maybe it wasn't actually meant to be. So we are going to test that right here, and we're going to test a 1 month of NASDAQ, see what our P&L will be, because, last week it was a little too good to be true. I don't know if NASDAQ is catfishing me, so that's what I want to figure out right here. So we're going to select a random month. Maybe some month in the summer. Maybe we do a little July, June action. I don't know. I don't want you guys to think I'm just picking a random month. We could do June, I guess. Okay, Monday, June 2nd. Why am I going to PM? 9 a.m. We actually start trading at 7 a.m. So we'll go here. But yeah, NASDAQ performed a little bit too well last week. So I just have to make sure there's no catfish in here before I full port NASDAQ longs next week. I'm kidding, but let's check this out. Let's backtest a full month's worth of NASDAQ. You guys can maybe learn some stuff, what I take in live markets, and stuff I won't take. So a little bit of a downtrend so far. Kind of looking for some breaks to highs, which we might be getting right here. And we did sweep out this, so yeah. Potential to reverse. Nothing I like right here. What was that? Just New York Open, I guess. Okay, I do like this zone right here. And all the NASDAQ trades I took last week were literally like A plus setups, like just beautiful setups. And I think it was like 100% win rate. So yeah, just absolutely amazing week from NASDAQ. Yeah, on to the next day. We are only going to be trading from 7 a.m. to around 2 p.m. because I can't take trades after 4 p.m. and I don't really want to be in trades for 2 hours. A lot of 5-minute trades will take like an hour to hit. So yeah, this is, I went a little bit too far, but this trade right here, yeah, I'd be waiting for this bottom zone right here. I guess it's technically a middle zone, but this is a valid trade. I mean, you could take this, and it did end up hitting like really high risk to reward right here, which, I mean, if you did take this trade, you'd probably be targeting here for a 3.5 risk to reward. But me personally, I don't really like the way that this wick was left. Just investors kind of got choppy price action right there. It's not actually like a demand zone. Not a good looking one at least. But if we do break some lows here, come back down to here, definitely going to be a nice potential trade for us. But it doesn't look like we're going to come back down. So yeah, I mean, like even these shitty zones do end up playing out, which is something kind of just have to test through like market experience. I just started trading NASDAQ, 22 risk reward. I just started trading NASDAQ futures. I've traded Forex and other pairs for a while now, but I'm new to NASDAQ, new to ES, so that's why we're backtesting them right here. All right. We have a zone down here, kind of just chopping. Swept out that high. Swept out all that low resistance liquidity. And going higher. Nothing to take here, and that's going to be a new trading day. tripping. On to the next day. Really nothing to take as of yet. Nothing to take there as well. That's news. Was that 8:30? Yep, 8:30. Oh, 8:45 news. I don't know what news that was, but yeah, definitely high impact news of some sort. Yeah, kind of choppy price action, I can't lie. Nothing really nothing really great that I see. Okay, let's see if we can get any trades today. Have this bottom zone here, which we could definitely come down and sweep. But no, we decide to have 8:30 news and absolutely send. Okay, so this was something I was actually thinking about testing. So we do have really good supply zone, to be honest. This could be like so like on NASDAQ and ES and even gold, it's so bullish, like overall, long term, very, very bullish. So you don't really want to be looking for supplies. This is news as well, but it is entry 20 minutes after news, 10 minutes after news. I mean, we can test this out just for the sake of the strategy. Target demand zone. I just want to see if supplies do end up working sometimes. And I'm going to say this right now, and we're going to instantly invalidate my trade and lose. Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, we're not taking that in live markets, but I'll just leave that there to show you guys. Did this tap? Nope. This did though. Do have an imbalance to fill, so there is like a reason to go lower, which is obviously, let's just remove this, bro. There is like a reason to go lower, I guess you could say. So that's not the best confluence there. Yeah, I guess we did break this, but reacting off supply zone, double top. 9 times out of 10, I'm not looking to take this trade. Yeah. I'm gonna say we're not taking this trade, especially because a lot of people might be looking at this saying it's like a pretty good trade, but we also have a huge imbalance, just reacted off supply. It's just better not to take this trade. It might play out, which it does look like it's going to. No, it did not. Okay, so no justification needed. On to the next day. So basically 10 days in and still no trades, which is kind of unfortunate. Something you have to be fine with. That's why we have a bunch of different pairs. The only bad thing is if all of your pairs are not performing, you'll be in for a treat, a little psychology treat. But that's why you should be trading like different pairs on different accounts. You shouldn't have one account for every single pair because your drawdown could be pretty severe. And that's another no trade day. So basically, I think this is the second week we're going into now. No trades. Yeah. Which is pretty crazy because I got like 4 or 5 trades last week. No trades. Yeah, I can't even take anything off that. Do you have a okay. I was gonna say we do have a good looking zone right here, but instantly invalidated. Honestly, pretty lackluster to start off. Not really great price action. Not too many things to like about this so far. Starting to think, NASDAQ, you might have been catfishing a little bit. It's like when a girl gets your hopes up, texts you every single day, but then hits you with the you asked her to hang out. She hits you with the "You're gonna be so mad at me," but it's kind of what NASDAQ's feeling like. I don't know, feeling like another girl. I can't lie, which I don't like, dude. I trade to get away from females, not not to see more of them, brother. I don't know what's going on, NASDAQ, but we gotta fix whatever's going on here, brother. Okay, this normally would not be a trade I'd be willing to take, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna show you guys why I could potentially take this trade. Now it's not very high probability, but you can see we swept a lot of really good lows, and then we retested the demand zone. So with that being said, we have basically swept out everything we need to. We are in a downtrend, but we have swept out everything we need to before we can go higher. So I'm going to target a 3-burst reward, and we are going to pray we don't. Losses are fine. Losses are fine. Okay. What did I say, though? What did I say, though? You know, I love when this happened, guys. And I'll explain what just happened. I love it. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love trading. I love my life. All right, first loss. Nothing to say here. Bias was correct. What'd I tell you guys? Nothing else to sweep out except for my position. Except for my position. I love it though. I love it though. Right, Kanye? I'm just feeling like catfished. I'm just, whoa. Whoa, NASDAQ. Who told you that you can fall 2% in one day? I didn't give you permission. Anyways, you can tell I'm kind of losing my mind. That was pre-session. I was about to say, did we just take another loss? Hold on, NQ. Did we just take another loss? But we did not. Really good setup, honestly, but this was at 4:45 a.m. So we left that loss for the London, the British. I don't know, I just did that accent, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Mate, we just saved that for the British. For the Scousers. We saved it for the Scousers. Okay, and we just fast forward past this trade by accident. But the Scousers took that trade, but we take the winning trade because I'm like that? Like what? Target opposing liquidity. Bang. Just like that. Bang. And I know I fast forward past that, but guys, this is an A+ trade. I'm taking this every single day of the week if I see it. Okay, so don't say, oh, he's cheating, you know, he's cheating. You're banned. But yeah, 2.7%. Very nice trade. 2.7. Very nice, very nice. This was invalid, I believe. Yes, invalid. Probably no trades for the rest of the day. Okay, so we are up 1.7% right now. So nice start to the month. 16 days into the month, so I love just only getting 2 trades in 16 days. I love it. Best feeling in the world. No trade. No trade day. No trade day. Okay. Swept out lows. Reacting off probably higher time frame demand. Yeah, probably hourly demand, something like that. Look at this, guys. Okay. Supply zone right here. Let's see if it works out. No, it doesn't. Yeah, supplies just don't work out on ZNQ. It just doesn't want to. Mate, he just doesn't want to. Okay, I can't do a British accent, so I'm just gonna stop. And this is a loss. I was gonna say one that we're willing to take. We are gonna take the setup, but we're not willing to lose. But this is definitely like a really good looking trade. Unfortunate loser. Unfortunate loser. What time was this at? 1 p.m. Flip entry. Still a loser. Still a loser. It's like you got new clothes, but you're still a loser. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel, bro. Can't come out with some wins. I need to come out with some wins. I need to show the people what they want. NQ is the beast. But right now, NQ, you're not really giving yourself good looks. Okay, hold on. It all might change. It all might change for NQ here. Hold on. A plus, A plus. Someone sound the A plus alarm. Hold on. Hold on, NQ. Hold on, because this is like an A plus setup, brother. Except we swept out high. But it's fine. Hold on. Oh my gosh, it's not even in. Fucking rude. You guys see the small hat on my head? How'd I know? My relative's Jewish. But yeah, this is actually not valid. We like the gods, God just saved us. Because you will see this is an A plus setup, but it is not at 7 a.m. and 7 a.m. is when we trade. So if it's before 7 a.m., we do not take the trade, regardless if it's A plus or not. So yeah, no trade here. Again, the British are taking some losses and we are not. Okay. Lock in. It's getting serious. Like, yo. I understand it now. You can literally just make money trading liquidity sweeps, like dead ass, bro. You don't even have to have this fucking demand confirmation, bro. Just open a fucking position after we sweep liquidity, put some stop loss down here, target the highs. Like, dog, that's you just got a 4%er right there. Why am I doing all this extra stuff? Why am I making trading harder than it has to be? Question of the day. Like, holy. I just went so far, but it doesn't matter. We just full dunked. Just give me no trades. Yeah, just give me no trades. Yep. 20, only 2 trades. Okay. There has to be a reason why I'm the most unlucky guy in the world. NQ catfished me. They did. I mean, who's they? Who's they? Cue the Jew music. Who's they? What's the song? It's like I don't know. You guys know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about. Who's they? You guys know. Yeah, there's nothing there. I'm posting this video regardless, even if it's like a losing month or like break even. I just think putting my thoughts out there pretty important. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. I know I fast forward. You guys are gonna keep saying, oh, he's cheating. Oh, bro. Let me show you why I'm the best trader in the world. Good demand zone, okay? What makes a good demand zone? What makes a good demand zone? Timmy? When there's an explosive move away. Yes, okay. Beautiful move away, very explosive. Investors got in right here, exploded price up. Rest is history, okay? Come back down, create liquidity, start breaking highs again, come back down to the zone. Beautiful. Beautiful zone, beautiful trade. Target opposing liquidity for a 2 risk reward. Boom, hits it within 2 candles. 730. Simple. Simple. Okay. It's our second trade. 2 risk reward. +2. And look at that. That's why we target our 2 risk reward. 2 risk reward is king. Just kidding. If you target 2 risk reward, you're probably a femboy. Because look at that, okay? This is why we don't target 2 risk reward. This is why we don't. Okay, because if you didn't, if you were a man, you had balls, you held it up to these highs, 8 risk reward. Okay, so stop taking your little 2 risk reward. You're not him, bro. Taking your 2. You're like an ICT trader. You're probably a loser. Stop taking 2. No, but seriously, you can take opposing liquidities, like probably the safest bet to take. There's also a trade down here, but come into this market open. Didn't tap that demand zone. Invalidate. Demand zone at the very bottom here. Times this at 12. Okay, let me tell you why you shouldn't take this trade, but why I'm going to right now. I'm just better than you to keep it simple. First of all, you should not be taking this trade. This is very horrible. But I just know it's going to play out. How do I have bad psychology while backtesting? Someone answer it. Someone, please. I mean, are we counting this? I guess we have to. I guess. Hold myself accountable, I guess. To be fair, guys, okay. I've never taken that in live markets. I'm just a little bit bored. And these results have been pretty lackluster. Get catfished by everyone and everything. Even NASDAQ futures catfishes me all the time. This is a valid trade once again. $200 EMA test. 835. Valid flip entry. Hopefully there's no news. This was news candle. I love the setup though. I love the setup though. It's news, it doesn't count, but yeah. That's why you don't trade news, because you can see it likes to get wiki. And I'm not talking Wikipedia. Yeah. I'm so bored. We need to end this very quickly. I'm not even... I can't even take any of that because you guys are going to say I'm cheating. You guys are going to say I'm a loser. I fake stuff. I think we would have better P&L if we just bought and hold NQ. To be honest. Like, I'm not gonna cap, bro. And you give me like this dumbass wick. Like, what am I supposed to do with this, bro? 9:30 open. Could take break a candle, but break a candle is kind of enticing here, especially since we're at the 200 EMA. Swept all these lows. Demand right here. Another liquidity here. Break a candle is valid right here because it's 9:30 open. I'd like seeing 9:30 just sweep out lows and then displace higher. Yeah, there we go. 9:30 trades. 9:30 trades are okay, but what I like to see before, okay, I'm actually gonna lock in. 9:30 trades are okay to take. A lot of the times you don't want to be trading close to open, just because like you can see right here, like if I'm in a trade, I'm getting out of it before market opens because you can just see like the volatility that it brings. But this is something I really like to see before market open. This is why I took the trade. Okay. So basically we have a few different demand zones, and like on the higher time frame, because like this is a 5-minute strategy that we're trading, but you also have to keep in mind like the higher time frames, and like I can kind of just see the higher time frames when I'm trading the 5-minute because like it just works out. But okay, like for example here, right? 15-minute lows that get swept, right? And then we also have our demand zone down here, which if we go to the higher time frame once again, hourly demand zone once again, right? So, you when you have like hourly demand zones and then like 4-hour demand zones, which I mean it's not really a 4-hour demand zone, but like hourly 30-minute demand zones that line up with your 5-minute demand zones, it's gonna be so much stronger. We also have decent liquidity in front of the zone. And then the reason why this is a valid break candle is because we traveled so deep into that zone. We don't really want to wait for this to like pull back fully bullish, but what we do want to wait for is this right here. So start going bullish out of that, respecting that 200 EMA right here, which basically tells us that bullish market structure is still like in play. We're still bullish. And then from that, since we know we're bullish, we can target like a prominent high, which would be right here, leaving us to that 3% gain. Okay, so I know like I fast forward a little bit. I saw this candle right here. My fingers are fast. What can I say? But that's going to be a valid trade nonetheless. 3 right there. And let's keep going. Potentially no more trades. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get any. And I think we are coming up to the end of the month here. Valid demand zone right here. I like this a lot. If we can sweep these lows, because once again, these are like London lows. This is like the lowest point of London session. So they're definitely very prominent lows, also lined up with that 200 EMA level right there. So let's see if we can sweep them. Okay. Well, this is good as well. A little bit, this is like a little bit less high quality than the other one because, right, we do still have like good liquidity, but we kind of just traveled straight down. Whereas this one, it was more choppy. There's more buyers. This one's kind of just straight down. So what we might do is like boom, react, boom, and then go higher after stopping this out. But we did sweep these lows. I like that. Obviously, I would have liked if we swept this low as well, but pretty decent. Higher time frame, very bullish. And then something else I don't really like is we failed to hold that 200 EMA, and there was something else that I can't remember. It is a key area though. Like this is decent trade to take. Yeah, this is decent trade to take. Target that high. 2.5 risk reward. But yeah, just like I said, guys, right? When you have that huge down candle and it's not like one of those choppy ones, then there's just a lot of sell pressure. So a lot of your times your stop will get instantly ran. Like we just did, we'll sweep some lows and then maybe reverse, right? Yeah, so love when that happens. It's like probably my favorite thing when trading is just that exact scenario I just laid out for you guys. And yeah, that's just unfortunate. I told you that's just the stuff that happens sometimes, right? And keeps wicking down, stops you out, runs straight to TP. At least didn't run straight to TP, but that's like the most frustrating thing that happens. But yeah, you just have to kind of realize that with that huge red wick, huge red candle rather, this trade would have been much higher chance of winning off this demand zone because it was also aligned with that 200 EMA. But the fact that we just kind of blew past that is what told me you're not in for a treat here, brother. So I think, yeah, that's the last day of the month. That's -1 on this. Let's go ahead and add that all up, see what we're at for the month. So we're at +2, +1, +3, -1, 2, and then I meant to do +2.7. What did we, I just forgot what I was at. I think I was +1, right? And then +3.7, -1, so 2.7. Not the best month for NQ, so +2.7, I believe I just said. 2.7% after this backtesting session. Still profitable, very good, right? On a 100K account, this is going to be $2,700 gained just off this one pair, right? So obviously our trade frequency wasn't the best, but we did actually take quite a bit of trades, right? We took two, oh wait, did we take one up here? No, it took us a long time to get our first couple of trades. So we took 2, 4, 6 or 7. I need to go to bed, guys. 2.7% gain, or, you know, if you want to make it attractive, 2.7K gains from the month of June on NASDAQ futures. This is if you traded perfectly, risking 1% per trade. The max drawdown you would have hit would be, I don't think we would ever hit any drawdown except for one, right? 1% drawdown was the max amount of drawdown. And yeah, was there any trades we could have kind of avoided? Some lower quality ones. This trade, pretty avoidable. Didn't have an actual good break structure here. Obviously, we want to wait for structure highs to get broken. So, I mean, you could maybe erase this loss. Really great trade right here, like just beautiful trade. Really great trade as well. Unfortunate loss. Honestly, this trade would have kind of been hard to take in live markets. Not gonna lie. Yeah, I can't even. Really good demand zone, good liquidity, I guess, but you know, obviously we want that structure high to break, but this is pretty good as well because, you know, we still started to break some highs before coming lower. Decent trade. 2 risk reward on that. This trade, yeah, this is totally avoidable in live markets. I'm not taking this trade. So I guess this trade is good. This trade is a little bit larger structure, but still good. But yeah, I guess you could basically erase 2 of those losses and you would have a 4.7% month. But our backtest results, this is what we got. So hope you guys did enjoy. Hope you learned something. Hopefully, I wasn't like a zombie the whole time because I was genuinely losing my mind. It's almost 11 p.m. right now, so I'm definitely going to bed soon. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you did enjoy. Join the Discord if you have any questions. See you in the next one. Peace out.